I had a pretty good childhood. I had really loving parents.
His grandparents were living with us too. I was taking care of them. Unfortunately, since his childhood, there was a lot of sickness in the family, so he's had to deal with a lot.
I lost my grandfather first when I was little, and then my grandmother, and then my father. We went from a family of like 6 or something to just me and my mom in the house, so just got really quiet and things were a lot different.
He would have no time for socialization. He would put everything in school, and he would be studying all the time, and he would end up making an A, but that's all he did, and he had no other life.
I've been living like that for about 10 years, and I suddenly just broke down. I mean, I just felt like the world was ending. The hallucination I had, I thought the sun was literally coming down on me, and the world was just, standing still. I was going, essentially, I started having delusions and hallucinations and extreme paranoia, and I thought I was literally, in hell. And
he was very, very depressed, and depressed to the point that he really couldn't function. He couldn't focus, he couldn't concentrate, didn't have any motivation.
Most people, when I ask them, how does it feel, what's going on with you when you cry, they will tell you. He did not, he would cry, and yet he would not be able to tell me that there is anything wrong with that. He didn't remember at that point what it felt like to be happy.
Marjana, she was my main counselor for the core groups, and it was really obvious the first time I met her that, she knows how to interact with young adults.
It's called young adult track, but all the clients on this track have some form of psychotic symptoms, and being exposed to mental illness impacts their identity, impacts, anything from sexual identity to the quality of the relationships with the parents, to what they want to do for life, to who they are.
And we brought him in as a resident at that point, which was important to help him separate from his mom too, give him some sense of independence and competence. And living here at the residence really gave him that, a sense that he can do this on his own.
The residential program was just a lot more comprehensive in that you're constantly around other clients, and there are always staff around and help around.
I would say the main things that we spent time in individual sessions was definitely coming to awareness about the depression. And then the focus was really heavy on grief.
When I started hearing other people's perspectives, what they were going through, I started feeling like, what I'm going through is not that rare. So that's when I started opening up more and sort of realizing, I just felt a connection with people who had gone through similar experiences.
We meet weekly as a treatment team, and we spend an hour with every different counselor from every different discipline, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, vocational rehab, exercise physiologists, everyone. And we spend a whole hour talking about our caseload from different perspectives. I think the medical clinic here is another thing that differentiates Skyland Trail from other facilities. Because again, so much of psychiatry is medical and organic. And if we can address that, within a half hour or an hour, we get labs back the next day. So we can really tackle these things aggressively.
Skyland Trail was pretty much life-changing for me was because they gave me the ability to sort of evaluate things and learn what were my triggers and just understand how to deal with life. Skyland Trail is just a unique place. There's probably no other place like it. You know, people are trying to help you there, and it's really obvious. It's a beautiful environment. You have just all the resources that you could possibly need to, you know, recover from whatever issue that you're dealing with.
I think Skyland Trail is a unique model in the healthcare system which offers comprehensive care.
Well, I'm about to start my master's program at Georgia State. I'm really interested in urban planning, city planning, and I'm hoping to specialize in GIS.
Seeing him to become who he is today, it's an amazing feeling. He deserves it. He's a really good person.
Most of the people there are really passionate about what they do, and it shows, you know. I've definitely learned a lot from there, and it'll always be with me. It was just a life-changing experience, and I just recommend it to anybody who's struggling with mental illness.